You're listening to the Clutter Fairy Weekly, a weekly webcast and podcast brought to you by the Clutter Fairy in Houston, Texas. If you'd like to participate in one of our live webcasts, please visit cfhou.com/weekly. You'll find a calendar of upcoming webcasts, as well as instructions for joining the Zoom meeting via the app or by phone. We'd love to see you. That URL again is cfhou.com/weekly. Now here's the weekly episode. Enjoy.
Hi, Clutter Fairy fans. This is a special edition of the Clutter Fairy Weekly for December 31st, 2024. I'm your co-host, Ed Gumnick, and I'm speaking with Gayle Goddard, certified professional organizer and owner of the Clutter Fairy in Houston, Texas.
Hi, everybody. 2024 is drawing to a close. The countdown to midnight tonight is a reminder that we should be looking forward to a new year and new possibilities. How can we energize and inspire ourselves to make 2025 our best organizing and decluttering year yet? You know, we love to ask our viewers and listeners what you think. So in preparation for today's video, we surveyed our audience to ask, what's the most powerful affirmation, quotation, or aphorism that you repeat to yourself to unleash inspiration or energy when you've set your sights on a challenging goal? We'd like to share a few of our favorite responses.
Selena says, recently it's been, if it's not yes, then it's a no, which she says she stole from the decluttering community. Incidentally, Selena also recommends this as an algorithm for vetting boyfriends.
This one is really straightforward, but it reveals an important truth. When you can quickly say yes to something, that response usually reflects your feelings of enthusiasm. Anything else but a quick enthusiasm means you're just not into it. Same as vetting boyfriends. It's a good way to tell that you're holding on to something for a not very strong reason. When I see clients thinking too hard about whether to keep something or not, I know they're busy trying to come up with a reason to keep it instead of actually having a strong attachment to it or a desire to use an item currently. That's a dead giveaway that I need to start asking probing questions about why they're struggling to give it away. Usually I can help them see that they're just not into it, and we can put it in the donation pile.
Marcia says her aphorism of choice is everything counts, for which she gives us credit.
Thanks for the credit on that one. Ed introduced me to this phrase as a staple for his exercise routine, but it adapted easily to use about decluttering, and we say everything counts in all kinds of organizing advice. It's a great shorthand to express the idea that whatever you can do towards your goal is something that needs doing and a worthy part of the project. It's a very positive and supportive aphorism on those days when all you can manage is 5 good minutes of work. And we all have those days from time to time.
Allison says, I don't really have an inspirational saying. As I age, I'm just less interested in holding on to stuff, perhaps because I'm aware that eventually someone else will have to deal with it. The one word that helps is simply less.
It's short and sweet and to the point. That's like a word of the year. For you, 2025 can be labeled less, and you know what you're aiming to accomplish. It's a great filter for anything. How to address the clothes in the closet? Less. What about the pantry backstock of food staples? Less. Holiday decorations? Less. It points you in the right direction every time.
Gabriella says there's a phrase that used to magically let her overcome resistance to decluttering back in the days when she was drowning in stuff. I'm doing this for myself, she says. When nothing else got me moving, this always did.
This is a really important one because it reminds you that you are the direct beneficiary of your own work. You're organizing your space directly, and it improves your space, your life, your mental health. You're literally doing this for yourself.
Kathy says, it's so simple, but I tell myself, you can do this. Sometimes getting rid of clutter, attempting a project, right now it's painting furniture, things that I need to do responsibly yet don't want to, can be monumental. I repeat this affirmation to myself to remind me that I really can do hard things. I can do things I don't want to do.
Adulting is hard, isn't it? We all have to do things we don't want to do, but are necessary for our lives to work. I have the same feeling when I'm heading to the grocery store to buy food. I like the eating part, but not the shopping part. All joking aside, though, a big part of my client work is reminding people they actually can do what we need to do and they just have negative feelings that are in the way of getting started. So we talk about the feelings and then we get to it anyway. I enjoy reminding people that they really can do this. They've just forgotten that they're capable grown-ups, because sometimes being a grown-up isn't very entertaining, right? That's a good one, Kathy. Thanks.
Lynn says, I'll feel so much better when this work is done.
That is an excellent affirmation, most especially because we forget so often to look forward to the end result while we're agonizing about getting started or how long it's going to take. Reminding yourself that the struggle now will result in a boost when it's done is a very supportive affirmation.
Christine says, I'm doing this work now because I love and respect my adult children, and I do not want them to have to deal with my mess after I've passed on. My mess is my responsibility entirely, not theirs. I don't want to steal time from their lives just so I can be lazy now. There's a famous slogan, carry your own water. When you're in the desert, you carry your own water.
Ooh, that's a good one, Christine. My mess, my responsibility. Once you've cleared out your first relative's home, then you know exactly what a gift you're giving your children by handling your business while you're still here, instead of leaving it for others to clean up afterwards. Dismantling my mother's life was the hardest job I've ever done. And so many times I could see that she had gone through things and gotten rid of stuff and sorted things out. It was so helpful for my sister and me when we had to go in and make a million decisions about what to do with all the stuff. I like the slogan, carry your own water. It's perfect as a reminder to handle your own stuff as an act of love for your family. So, Ed, what do you say to yourself when you're looking for energy and inspiration?
As I thought about this question, I like that old civil rights movement standard, keep your eyes on the prize. When you're doing challenging work, it's important to step back on a regular basis to remind yourself where you're headed and what you're trying to accomplish. My favorite part of producing the Clutter Fairy Weekly is giving our audience members the tools to examine their lives and clarify their vision as we all take the decluttering journey together. What about you, Gayle? Where do you get your inspiration to keep going?
I get energized every time I see the light bulb go on over a client's head as they suddenly see things differently, or from observing the way they start to take charge of their lives as they release the stuff that's been weighing them down. Helping my clients regain control over their spaces and begin to believe in their own abilities again, that's supercharged for me. We want to encourage our viewers and listeners to take a few moments during the holiday pause to reflect on your decluttering accomplishments of the past year. Don't agonize what you didn't manage to get done. There's nothing to be gained by that. Instead, give yourselves a pat on the back for what you managed to do in the face of life's many challenges. Whatever you accomplished this year, good for you. Congratulate yourselves on a job well done. We hope that this offering of crowdsourced inspiration will help you get a strong head start on achieving your organizing resolutions for 2025. We'll be back next Tuesday, January 7th, 2025 at our usual time. We're getting back to the basics with a show about the key starting points of decluttering and organizing. We hope that you can join us. And finally, from the Clutter Free family to you and yours, we wish you a very happy new year.